So this is a video that's going to show you guys how to use Team Manager for those of you guys who have never used it before or who just want a refresher. So once you've downloaded the software and installed it, first thing you're going to want to do is create your team. So you go to File, Open and New. And you can create a new file name. So I'm going to create a test database. Click Open. This creates a new database for you. There's not much to do on this screen except you might want to choose Use Province. You can close it. So you can check your preferences again here if you want to go back to those. Other than that, you should be alright. The next thing you need to do is go to your teams. So here I have no teams. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is add a team, and here's where you put your team code, and this is where you have to follow that sheet where team codes are sent out and your team names are sent out. So for example, I could have ECDU and I would have my school name. The short name can be ECDU as well, and the rest of it doesn't really need to be filled out. You click OK, and then I could create my junior team as well if I had a junior team. It's very important to follow exactly the sheet that we sent out to you for these. Once you've created both of these, they'll both show up here. So I'll actually have two teams right now. I don't have any athletes in these teams. So the next thing I could do is add athletes. So if you go to your athletes section, you can select a team and you just click Add, and here you can add an athlete. It'll calculate their age automatically, and that's about all the information you really need. Oh, and you must select a team, sorry. So if I want to put them in my senior team, I will. Once you've clicked OK, it won't actually show up right away. You have to click the X for it to show up over here. And now you have your athlete. So you can create all your athletes. If you double click on them, you can go edit their birthdays, names, everything. So once you've got your athletes, the next thing you probably want to do is to import the event list that we send out to you. So to import the event list, you can click on File and Import, and you're going to import meet events. So here, this is the meet that we have running this year in 2016. So I'm just going to select that. It's a zip file, but I can open it. And it's going to say, do you want to have the file unzipped? And you click OK. And this is where you have to just click on this one and open. So this opens up all the events that we have in the meet that we're running this year. So we should have about 108 events with the new events we have added this year. Now you'd be ready to go to your meets. And the new meet for this year is showing up. So in this meet, we can go put some entries. We can do entries by name, which is going to list all of your athletes. I only have one for now. And this athlete shows up as age 15, so they qualify for junior. You may encounter this problem where it says that it's only giving you entries for senior. To avoid that, to avoid putting a junior and senior category if you don't want to, you could go entries by event, and here you pick the event you want to enter. So for the 100-meter dash for junior girls, we have nobody because my athlete was a male. So I would scroll down through the events and I could go 100-meter male, and I can just enter my athlete here. So I could enter him in a few events. and no more than 4, obviously. And I have to make sure that he's all in the junior events as well. So once I've registered my athlete in his events, I can go check which events he's registered in. So I can close this and this one as well. And I could go print a report. So I can go to reports, meet report, and meet entries. And here I can pick my team. So I'm going to pick the team that I have an athlete registered in. And I can go by event number, which helps you see how many kids you have in each event. And you can go also by name, which tells you which events each kid is registered in. So here I have my test athlete, and he's registered into 4 events. All junior events, so that's good. This isn't the file we need you to send us though. This is just for you to figure out if you have your athletes registered in all the proper events and you don't have too many events for any one athlete. So you can close this. And once you're done checking, you could also print it off if you wanted to. To export the zip file to send to Hank or to myself, to Alan, you have to go to File and Export. And you export your meet entries. Once you export these entries, this is the file that you're going to send us so that we can have your athletes entered electronically. So we don't need the PDF, we need this. This will create a zip file. So once I do this, I'm going to click OK. So this is going to export the file as ECDU, because that's my school code name, entries 001.zip. This is the file that you'll have to send. So if I click OK, the file is created, so I could actually go find it. So it's right here. This is the file that was created. So today, 12 a.m., nice and late in the night. So here, this is the one I want to send. So I could go to my email and attach this file to the email and send it out. And then this way we can import your entries into the Meet Manager software where we run the meet, and we'll send out a report to you once we have all your entries. So if you have any more questions, don't hesitate to email or contact myself or Hank. So all our contact information is on the SPA website.